Hello everyone and welcome back. Recently I made a video about how I got back into studying and the importance of when you're an adult returning to studying and in a self-study environment, how being organised plays a huge part in keeping yourself going, keeping motivated and avoiding stress. In that video I gave a tour of my Notion board, and I've actually had some requests and some DMs from people asking to do a more in-depth tutorial because they're making their own boards, which is really cool. So this video for herbal students is how to build a Notion board for your herbal studies. I'm not a Notion pro, and there are some wonderful people on YouTube that can give you these amazing in-depth tutorials, but for now this is how I built my Notion board, so let me know what you think. So we're going to dive straight in with how to build out this Notion. So if you don't know already, Notion is an app. So you download it onto the computer and then you can access it from everywhere else. You can build this on your phone and you can build this on a tablet, whatever you have, but I find it far easier to build out on a computer, or at least something that has a keyboard and mouse, or something that has a keyboard and a mouse separate. That's what I find easiest to do, and then I access it from other devices. I am by no means an expert in Notion, and there are a load of really great tutorials online, and I will put some in the description of this video. And if you have Skillshare, there is a Skillshare pathway of Notion for content creators, and it's just broken down really, really well. So I really like to use that. In my Notion, I keep everything very simple and very streamlined. You can make these really big, beautiful graphic things on Notion. I find that I can get really, really stressed when I'm kind of in the online space, so having my Notion very simple and very streamlined really works for me. So I'm going to show you how I built out my study Notion. So if you watched my back to studying video that came out a little while ago, I gave you a little bit of tour of my Notion that I use to study. It's my study brain. So I'm basically going to show you how to make something like this. Very simple and very, very straightforward and easy enough to figure out. All you're going to need after you've built it is your course's kind of handbook, guidebook, so you can get all the information from. I'm going to show you how to build the thing, and then you can get your information for wherever you need to and just bulk it all out. So when we come onto Notion, when you open it, you should have a brand new blank page in front of you. If not, you're going to go down to private, and because I have a private one, and then you add a page. And then this is what it looks like. It's blank, it's shiny, it's new, fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to label this one. So let's call it study. Simple. And then what we're going to add an icon. I'm going to add a little plant. And this will just come up next to the Notion here, the little icon that you've chosen to use. And it's really nice if you've got multiple to be able to just hit it really quickly. Let's add a cover. Let's make it cute. It's going to give you an automatic one. You can upload whatever picture you want. But let's just use a gallery. Let's use a gallery one. What have they got that's plant themed? Oh, some of these are cute. Let's do the Met. Let's do that. That's cute. So now we've got something that looks kind of appealing. So the first thing we're going to do, I like to use full screen. So when you make a Notion, it's going to make it this kind of like half screen sort of size. I want to make this full screen. So we're going to head to these little three dots at the top that say Style, Export and More. And we're going to tick full width. Now this is a full page starting at the side because I like to make columns. If you like something that's more, you have a section, then another section, then another section. Doing it in that kind of half page width is going to work for you, and you can just do section, 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 section. I like to have things next to each other. That just visually works for me a lot better. So we have got our study page, woohoo! So the first thing I want to do is I want my important information right at the top, and I want to be able to see it. So with everything on Notion, it's a / and then your little drop down will come up. So we're going to do / and I'm going to scroll here until I see a toggle list. That's what I want. And I'm going to call it term dates. And then I'm going to do another one for contact. Maybe another one for payment. This is the boring admin stuff, you know? And then when you click on it, you can now write underneath it. So underneath term dates, I might put October to December 2024, and then January to March 25. You can also put this in a calendar view or whatever, but this is, I can see it at a glance right in front of me. And then you do the same with contact. You'll put the toggle down and be like, school number, school address, whatever you need to put in there. Nice and simple. And then payment dates. So maybe I want tick boxes. So we're going to do our / again. And we're going to go to to-do list. And payment dates. I don't know. 1st December 2024. 5th of February. I'm making this up off the top of my head. So this is now a little, wow, February. Wow. This is now a little checklist. Super simple. We've got our need to know at a glance information right at the front. And the reason I do it this way still is so that I can get it on my phone and I can check if I need to. Next thing is that I want to create a checklist of everything that I need to do. So we're just going to use to do as a piece of text. And I want that in the middle, next to all of these boxes. So if you want to create a new column, you need to take the item and pull it all the way to the other side of the screen. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. So we're just going to pull that all the way over to here until you see a line come up at the side like that. It can be a little fiddly at first. And look, this is now a second column. And if you want to make this a heading, you can change any of these at any point by clicking these little dots. You just click dots and then you click turn into, and you know what? It's going to be heading 1, big section heading. We love that. And then underneath, we're going to go line, and we want a to-do list. It's fine if it all looks a bit funky at the moment. We are going to move it all around. It's a trust the process kind of thing. And I'm going to put, I don't know, reading, videos, plant medicines. So the reason that this is creating a big gap here is that these are still, if you click on it, you can see these are in this full line underneath. They're not actually in the column. So we're just going to move it up to the column like that. Simple, drag and drop. And you can change the size of these columns. So this is tiny. I only want that little. So I'm going to move this to here. We're going to move you up. Oh God, undo. I'd put the to do in the wrong place. So undo is Control Z. Control Z until we get back to where we want. Now that's about as far back as I can go. That's fine. So we're going to do that there. We're going to transform this into heading 1. And then we're going to move you up here. Notion is all about creating databases for lots of different information all at once. So what we're going to do is then type in a database. So D, you can just make a table, but the databases let you search. So I always like to make a database over a plain old table. And I'm going to do do I want to do an inline? I think I do. Or do I want to do a table view? I think I want to do, because these are all different types of ones, so you're just going to have to play with it. So we're going to do an inline database. And we're going to call this study log. At the front, at the top, we'll call this workshop. And then we'll add next to it, you can add properties. They'll give you recommended ones. It's up to you what you want to do. So I might put in, if I just want something where I can type, just do text. And then you can just keep doing that and you can keep writing text if that helps. I'm going to do maybe date is a good one. So if you know the date that this is going to be released, 1st of November. No reminders, no end date, perfect. We like that. So that was the date that it was going to be released. We might do workshop 1. And again, we can change the size of any of these. maybe you've got your workshop, then maybe you've got the module. Say we've got anatomy and physiology. Fantastic. We edit the title. So this one could be assignments. If you have assignments, if you had multiple modules in your workshop, so in workshop 1 and then plant biology. However you want to do it so that you've got a record of your studying. Now maybe instead of module as a text box, maybe we want that as a tag. So why don't we change this to tags? Now, anatomy and physiology and plant biology are both tags. So if I did a different workshop, but all the way down the line, so let's do workshop 4 and anatomy and physiology, and that comes out in, I don't know, 3rd of April. This is where the beauty of a table comes in. We can hit this handy dandy little search bar here, and then we can search anatomy and physiology, and now everything under anatomy and physiology have come in. So what I like to do is start it all as text so that I can figure out what it is that I want and where, and then I start changing the properties. So dates, do I want little text boxes? Do I want status bars? Important info. Make you another heading. And I'm going to put that up there. Oh look, now everything's in line. So if we want to make everything in line, I'm just adding a heading. Nice and simple. So over here, you know what? I think I want a picture. I want a picture of something cute to keep me motivated. So we're going to do a / and we're going to scroll down until we see media and image. And then upload. And we're going to put it right over to the side again. Look, it's now over here. How cute. But I've got a cute little picture. Maybe you want to do that. Maybe you want to put a quote there. So now we're going to do separate pages for our notes. So let's do course notes. And we are going to make this nice and big again. So we're going to go to turn into heading 1. Now this is where we start making separate pages. So we do a / and a P. That makes a page. And that's just a sub page. Fantastic. This one, this is going to be plant ID notes. And then it's the same as everything else. If you want to add an image, you absolutely can. Plant ID notes, rosemary. And then we go back. Just at the top, it takes you right back. So now I have a whole page here that I can just keep writing on, and I can access it really easily, but it's separate to everything else. If you are a herbalist and you are studying herbalism, you're going to probably end up doing monographs. So we're going to make a page just for our monographs, and these are probably going to be our project monographs that we're submitting. So we're going to do / P, and again, we're making a page. This one I'm going to do full size, so up to our little 3 dots at the top, and we're going to do full width. Let's call this one monograph. So here I want to make this a little more striking, a little more visual. I want to be able to see at a glance what plant I'm doing. Now I could just do / P and do lots and lots and lots of pages. It's absolutely fine, you can do that. We could do another database, but we're going to do a gallery. So we're going to do / We're going to do a gallery. Ooh. We're going to type in gal for gallery, and gallery view will come up. And we're going to do new page. So these are all separate pages as well in and of themselves. It's just a different way to show them. Let's add a property here, and we're going to add an image. So from this, we are looking for files and media. Tell you what, we're going to change it to calendula, just for the sake of what I have on my desktop. Calendula. You can choose to have tags. So anything that you create in this little bit at the top will show up on that card at the beginning, or we're going to make show up at that card in the beginning. So let's add a bit of text and then let's put this as the scientific name, and this will come up on all of your galleries. You don't need to do this over and over again. So our scientific name is Calendula officinalis, and you can keep going through and decide what properties you want to see at a glance. So I've just got this for now. We're going to click off, but when we click out, we can't see it. It doesn't look quite right. This is because we need to edit the gallery as a whole. So we're going to our 3 little dots over here. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to go to layout. Our layout is our gallery, because we're going to see all these as pictures. And this here is called your card. we're going to go to our card preview. And at the moment, the preview is the content that we're going to put in there. We don't want that. We're going to click Files and Media. And now our preview is a pretty little flower. Now, what else I want to see at a glance is the botanical name, it's the scientific name. So I'm going to go to Properties, and I'm going to open a little eye over scientific name. So now, at a glance, I've got calendula with the scientific name, and I can see it, and I can click on it, and I know exactly what I'm looking at. So let's do the same here. Let's do lavender. Files and Media, and then our scientific name. And now when you click off, that's automatically there, and it's just looking cute. So let's do monograph. And if you just don't want to see this title, you can look, hide database title. Really, really simple. What I'd like to do here is maybe a list of what I need to include in each monograph. Let's do some bullet points. So we're going to do / and we're going to type in BUL, makes a bulleted list. Scientific name, botany, taste, constituents, and then you can just keep making that list, and that's a reminder of everything that needs to be in each monograph. And then when I want to start adding information to it, I can just go here. Botany. When you've actually started adding text, next to the title, you're going to get a little page, and that just says that you've actually written in this. This is a nice visual cue to say that you've done a bit of the work. But maybe I want to see how close I am to finishing my monograph. Let's add that as another property. So let's add a status. Now these are the statuses that automatically come up. So you can have not started, in progress, and done. So let's do, this one is in progress. In progress can stay blue, it's cute. So let's change our status. We go to properties, and we're going to open the eye over status. And now I can see straight away my calendula monograph, the plant I'm looking for, I've got the scientific name, and I've got how far I am in making it. So lavender's not started, calendula's in progress. It's starting to look like something resembling a bit of structure, which is quite nice. It's going to take a lot of playing about and a lot of figuring out what works for you, but I like to keep this nice and plain. You can also get widgets that do certain things. You can get like clocks that tick and things, but I don't use any of that. So if you highlight multiple things, you can change multiple things at once. So we're going to then go down over here to text color. Now this is also where you add highlights and background colors and stuff. Let's do pink. Now I've just got it all as a pink thing, which is cute. Maybe you want different colors that tell you different things at a glance. So maybe I would like to do tutor meeting, and then I want that to be a different color at a glance. So I could go back to here and make it yellow, just as a reminder. It's separating things in a way that makes sense for you. You know what? I think I want a motivational quote. So we're going to do a pull out. So we're going to do a / and we're going to have a little look at what else we can do. I'm going to do a cute little quote. You got a little motivational quote. Another thing you can do is you can make little text boxes. So we can do a call out. If you want to make a particular idea or writing stand out, let's do a quote as a standout instead. So we can make a cute little standout, and maybe you want it as a separated thing. So let's do that in here. So now I've got a cute call out. Maybe I want that under here. Maybe I want this here. As a little reminder. So it's starting to look like something. You can see that it needs a lot more adding to it, and you need to figure out the ways that you want to do things. So let's see what else we can do. So let's make a resources tab. Let's do a page, and we're going to do the video. What you can do is just do a whole tab of videos if you wanted, and you can embed a bunch of videos. So we / and we go head down to media and we do video. Let's embed my fireside video. Let's find that. Where is it? And you're just going to paste a video link here and embed video. Oh look, it's mine. It's my video. I did that. You should watch it. I'm just going to make a whole long thing of videos that I want to watch about like recipes that I like. I'm going to do a papers comparison tab. So what I'm going to do instead is I want another one of those databases, but I want a full page database like from the get-go. So what we're going to do is you're going to put in database, So I just type in DA / and DA, and then full page. And this is a whole page that is just a database. Call this papers. Title, select. So maybe I'm going to do a list of tags. So let's do, you've got to pick a tag system that works for you, or you can just have loads and loads of tags. It's absolutely fine. So maybe I do a tag of time. Respiratory system. So at the moment, this is a one select kind of thing, and I want to do a multi-select. So I'm going to edit my property so I can do from select to multi-select. So this means I can now do time and respiratory system. Let's do key takeaways as a text. And I could just do some bullet points. And then you can just keep adding different things that you want to have from the different papers. Where this is going to come into its own is with the search function. This is all well and good at giving you a glance and a searchable thing, but what you can do is then we go to open, and it opens another mini page. So here I can put all my notes on this paper, and then my opinion on the paper is a good paper. And I want at a glance my opinion differentiated from the notes from the paper itself. So I've got fact and opinion separate. Text color, make it pink. Now my opinion's all in pink. And all my notes are just up here. And as we can see, we've got the little paper coming up here to say that there's actually text in here. So I've got the title, a tag, a key takeaway. And we're going to hit the search bar and we're going to search for all papers that I've put in to do with Hawthorne. I've only got one paper in there for Hawthorne, so I can now check, and then I can get all of my papers that I'm looking at. So this is its own section now. And we can change the icon at any point. So you just click on the icon to change it. And then you can do the same for books as well. So we could create a separate page. You could do tables, you could do gallery views, you can do databases, whatever it is that you want to make, you can make it your way. And it is the type of thing that by playing about, you'll figure it out. And you'll figure out what works for you and what doesn't. Why I like Notion so much is because of being able to create the databases with a search function. So then I can just put everything in and then I can search for it later on, and I don't need to trawl through all my notes. I don't need to go through loads and loads of different documents in Word that I've written up, loads of papers that I've written the notes for it somewhere and I just can't remember where. But this is an easy way to do it. Let's do a books, and I'm going to do a gallery again. New page, books. We're going to do gallery view. We're going to make this full page again. Let's do the book title, Herbal by Stephen Taylor. So add a property, text, and this is going to be the author. Add property, we're going to add files and media, just like before. There we go, I've got my picture of the Humoral Herbal, Stephen Taylor, and then let's add a property. Let's add a status bar in again, so we can see how far through we are. This time I think I want to edit the status bar. So I've got not started, happy with that. Let's do an add. So in progress, I can put making notes, enter. So I've now got that as a property, and then click making notes. All of that text you can see at the moment is here because the default for the gallery view is all of the text in the page is what you can see. I don't want to do that. So we're going to go over here and we're going to go to layout. We're going to go gallery, and remember our card, instead of the page content, we want our files and media. And I'm also going to do fit image, which means you can see the whole cover. If you have it normal, you don't put on this like toggle for fit image, it's going to cover the whole thing. Maybe that works for you. I want to see the whole book cover, so I'm going to put that here. And then again, so for properties, let's do the author, and I want the status. So let's do tags up here. I've now got herbalism as a tag, and I've got, I don't know, maybe I could do liked as a tag as well. And I could just do ones that I liked versus disliked. So I can now search for all of the books that are currently Stephen Taylor, which is one, because I have one book in this. If you want to be able to search between notes, creating a database is what you want to do. If you want to just make notes, make a page. That's the main difference that I use Notion for. So anything that I want that is resources wise, I want to be able to search them, so I make a database. If I want to just make botany notes on one thing, I just make a page. So course notes, I want to make just notes on one thing in particular. So let's make another page, and I'm just going to have course video notes. And now this, I just make all my notes from the video on that. I don't necessarily need to search these notes. I might come back to them, maybe not that often. I just want somewhere for all of my notes to be in one place. And that's what I've got here. Except my monograph, I want to be able to search between them and I want to be able to see them. That's why I have a cute little gallery. You can keep moving this around. It can feel, I found especially when I started, a little frustrating to keep trying to pull everything into the right place. It was really annoying. When you've got your course kind of guidebook, where you find all your assignments, where you find what you're doing for each workshop, the release dates and everything, and you start bulking this out, it makes a lot more sense. I found that especially as an adult returning to study rather than being in school where you're kind of guided through it, you need to be a lot more organised and you need to be a lot more self-motivated. Creating a space on Notion where I can have that fun little mix of it's organised, but in a way that makes sense for my brain, but it's got that like tinge of chaos that I need to keep going. So this is a very, as you can see, put together, kind of haphazardly made up little study log with lots of little things in it. When you start putting it all together and you spend some time on it, I think I spent like a week making mine. This is what mine looks like, all finished up, all ready to go. So again, these are just pages because I need notes. I don't necessarily need to search them. These I've got are tables because I need to be able to search between them. And these again are just pages so that I can make notes that I don't need to search between. My learning journal is all here, my learning tracker, and I've got a calendar at the bottom, which again is just another database. You would just quickly show you how to make a calendar, just for the sake of this exercise. So I'm going to make it underneath this, and I'm going to do / and type in look, database, calendar view. And you can link all of these things together. So this is technically a calendar as well. And Notion has a separate app called Notion Calendar, and anything that has a date on it from anywhere in your Notion, you open a Notion Calendar and you can see them all. They're all kept separate in the Notion program themselves. So that is how I make a Notion for studying. Sorry if this is a little chaotic. I'm not a professional by any sense of the word, but this is how I make a place that really kind of matches the way my brain works and lets me search things nice and easily. I've got the most important stuff to me at the top, the stuff that I need to check often. I've got my to-do lists. I might put images in there, and you can make this as big and as pretty and as full of information as you want it to be. It really is up to you, and you can really do so much with it. I recommend that you have a little go on Notion, have a little bit of a play around and try and see if you can make a study thing that works for you. Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find it helpful. Let me know if you made your own Notion board for studying and how you got on with it. This is a quick interim video and I am back with my normal posting schedule as of next week. So look out for that, and then like, comment and subscribe if you'd like to see the rest.